And good afternoon. As it turns out, we've got severe weather this afternoon. We have several thunderstorm warnings that have been issued here in the last few moments. I'd turn that off just for a second so it wouldn't make a lot of racket as we begin this. First, we have a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for Lauderdale County. We also, to our west, have another one that's going to take in Newton County and also Neshoba County. We'll also include Leake and Untitled counties in this. So we've got right now 6 severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's go to radar to where everybody can get a look at this. And this is horrific rain. Let's call it that this afternoon as we go to Meridian Honda radar to take a look here. And this is where we are, Lauderdale County. And this is our second storm that we've got back to our west as we go into Lauderdale County, and we'll work back across here at the different things. Now, if you are living in the area here in northern part of Lauderdale County, it's pouring buckets of rain. All of this has slowly moved in here. The West Lauderdale area got it first, and it has slowly moved across and prompted this severe thunderstorm warning. If you live in Tumsuba, this will be on you within 8 minutes. If you're in the Tumsuba area, it will move on to Smith 8 minutes later, and then on into Alamooch by 3:49, 20 minutes from now. And if you'll, let's close this where you can kind of see this. This right here, this gray shaded area, is a 30-minute window to where it will be in the next 30 minutes. As you can well see, this comes across 2059, moves right on down. Alamooch, these areas here across Highway 496. So if you live on 496, especially this, let's turn on locations where you can see here a little bit better. Let's back out and close this and put on our locations where we can show you where you live. As we get right here, Highway 496, in between here at the fire station that's going to cut across there at Alamooch at 496, all the way back to where this intersects right here at Kewanee Road. All of this area here is coming your way within just a few moments. There's Salem Baptist Church where the cemetery is there at 496. Y'all be prepared on this. Right here, our second line of storms. You see how red that is? And that storm's going to cut just east of where the volunteer fire department is right there. Right now, let's look where the storm is sitting. The worst of the weather at this point has moved across Dalewood. It's on the south end of Dalewood now. And a few hundred yards as we go through the bridge. Look at this lightning that we've got out at Dalewood. Rough, all the way around here. This struck at 3:32. It's 3:32 now. This was at 3:25. We've had lightning strikes here at 3:23. So within the last 10 minutes on most of this lightning has been striking. This right now, and let's zoom in on this and take a look at this. This is going to be Parker Cemetery, Little Mount Zion Church as we move south of there. And we come across, this is going to be Lauderdale Tumsuba Road. Just east of Lauderdale Tumsuba Road, out here, pretty much in the pine trees, is where this is located. Right in between, and let's look at this. This is Sweet Pilgrim Church, and this is going to be, I believe that's Prescott Road. Let me zoom in on this and see what we've got here. I believe that's how you pronounce that. That's a new one on me. As we look at this, and it will cross right across here, across Chicken House Road. Y'all didn't know those roads was out there, did you? Chicken House Road, y'all be prepared for that. It's going to come across there in a few moments and then cross Highway 11 and 80 and then just make its way right on toward 496. Now, we've got all kinds of rain here backed up all the way over to Tom Bailey Lake. It will move west over to Rainbow Lakes, right here at Russell Christian Academy. A lot of rain coming down there also now. As we move northward and look at this, all of this rain that is occurring here. Now, this is going to be Cotton Gin Road, this area right here. And it's going to be heavy rain from Northeast High School all the way to Highway 45. I just gotten a message that made me laugh there. I apologize about that. They're teasing me about my weather coverage. But we do have a lot going on this afternoon when it comes to rain with this severe thunderstorm warning that will last until 4:15 here for Lauderdale County. Now, we're going to come back to this. Let's look around here what else we have. Northeastern Clark County, if you live there, right here at the Snell Volunteer Fire Department. We got a bunch of rain coming down and lightning as well, all the way right here to Energy Church. This little corner here, Butler, Alabama, is getting dumped on right now. Now, we move northward here just across the Kemper County line. Look at this rain that stretches from West Lauderdale High School, back right up here to where the volunteer fire department is there in Damascus, all around the hospital in DeKalb, heavy rain. They're at the coal plant. Now we move west back over here. Let's move a little further west, and we get into Neshoba County. Right here on Highway 16 at the Dollar General, pouring rain. As we go up and we get right here at Talbot Enterprises, if you go on out to 491, this area here in between Highway 491 and Damascus on Highway 495, look at the rain that we've got. Now, no warning for this area right here. That's all in Lauderdale. And then just west of here, let's go into Neshoba County and look at your severe thunderstorm warning that we've got. Now, this line is going to cut across. Right there is where Neshoba Baptist is. We would put it less than a half a mile west of Neshoba Baptist. Right here at Linwood Baptist Church, you are on the line, and it goes up to the Neshoba County Fairground and cuts back west. All of the Dixon area included in this. And let's look at this, where this line of thunderstorm is headed. And we've got hail with this storm. So if you're watching me and you are in Newton County, Neshoba County, and you've got a new car, I highly suggest getting that parked somewhere because it's going to ding it. Even if you've got an older car, you don't want it whooped up on by hail, do you? No. This is going to be near Barefoot within the next 30 minutes. It'll reach there by 4:05. It will reach Dover by 4 p.m. Those are the areas that we're looking at right there with all this hail. Now, a second line of storms. Let's look at this. This is in Newton County. And more or less, this is coming right for Decatur. So if you're in Decatur watching me now, also that same message, if you've got a car that you don't want dinged up pretty bad, go ahead and get that under cover right now, as this storm will be near Lucerne within 8 minutes and Stratton within 23 minutes. And as you'll see there, this is the 30-minute line. Within 30 minutes, it will be right at Decatur, this storm as it comes across with hail. Again, this severe thunderstorm warning here will last until 4 o'clock. So we've got less than 30 minutes remaining on this, roughly 24 minutes. Strong storms. And with this storm still here, we got more lined up in this. Look at this back end here up to Carthage. All of this area. All of it's going to be south of the Exxon there on 16 as we come through Carthage and cut across right through here. Right there is going to be where the Rosebud Quick Stop is. North of the Dollar General. Now, y'all are in the watch box area there in Walnut Grove. Y'all are in that too. But a lot of weather happening there. Let's look across here as we come back. And seriously, the worst of what we've got is in Lauderdale County right now. Coming from Kemper, this is developed. And let's go back in and look at this once again as what we've got right now. Still heavy rain at West Lauderdale. It goes over to West Lauderdale Elementary. And just north of there, it's going to be a little bit worse of the rain there as it comes up into Kemper County. All of this 493, 495 area. Now, our watch box, which they have moved a little bit to the east now. Let's turn this off where everybody can see what's happening here. This is to the east of downtown Meridian now. And it goes over, takes in all of the Toon-Suba area. If you live in eastern Lauderdale County, why not that area there? That's what we've got the worst at. And we're going to zoom in on this because it's pouring down at this point in Toon-Suba. We want you to be extremely careful. Now, if you're watching for the first time, you've never been part of the weather that I've done, share this so others will know. We do this each time the weather gets rough to warn everybody of what's happening. Let's zoom in now. Let's turn on some locations where you know a little bit more. Now, we pick up our watch box area just barely. If you'll see here, here's Walmart, downtown Meridian. This is going to be right on Highway 1120. Bonita Lakes is where this starts at. Great Southern National Bank there. Chick-fil-A, this area is going to take in all of this area here at Bonita Lakes Mall. Just to the east of where Lowe's is where this thunderstorm warning picks up. It will cut across just east of the Coca-Cola plant, goes up right there at Lamar School, almost at the four-way stop in Meridian. It will go northward there, and we'll go right at Northeast High School. We go further north, and this line will be at NAS, right there at the front gates, and go east right through the middle of Ralph Morgan Rodeo's arena, right there at Lauderdale. And look at this area now that we have over Dalewood. Dalewood is getting poured on, and just south of Dalewood, even a little bit worse rain, if you can imagine that, of what we're looking at Dalewood there. We come in here and we look at Tom Bailey Lake, pouring, and that is some serious rain that's coming down. Let's zoom in where we can see this is Highway 11 and 80. Again, that's Tom Bailey Lake there. We've got North Shore Drive involved in this. Knox Road. Do you live on that area? Right along in there. Anywhere that is right out in the Shady Pine Drive. That's about the eye of the storm at this moment. Now, we've got this system right here that's just east of this. This is the front line here. This is where all the lightning and the pouring rain is coming down. Lightning strike less than 60 seconds ago, right there. And we come across, this is going to be, let's look where this is headed. Kewanee, it will be on top of you within 10 minutes, reaching you in Kewanee, and in Smith within 6 minutes at 3:43. As we look at our era here, now this is the Simmons Wright store. It's included in this as it comes across. The eye of it kind of splitting Highway 11 and 80 and crossing 20, Smith Spur Road right there. If you live right there at Spring Hill Baptist Church, this is where the eye of the storm is headed for. Now, on each side of that, you've got rain and the storm is there, but that's the center of where it's happening. And then it will ease on into Alabama, as you can well see here, and cross on over this way and be just north of the Cromwell Volunteer Fire Department, just barely north of there. Now, the storms are just north. Rodney's getting a blessing at this point out at the raceway. Barely some light rain there at the racetrack. South of you, heavy rain. North of you, heavy rain. All of this, and this is good to have it just north of this Highway 19. That road is very dangerous, as we all know, from Southeast School into Meridian. That two-lane, you can't see. We constantly have wrecks right here. It's just one right after the other there at the red light, right there by Charlie's, the Red Fireworks Barn. Right there at Southeast High School at that red light by the Dollar General. That area just consistently has one wreck after another. Now, let's look at what we've got going on with our wind, because it's a bunch. Let's turn this off where we can see here. Go into our severe weather and turn on our damaging wind of what we're showing here. And as you can see, and I got reports of this earlier before the warning had hit out in the West Lauderdale area of just how the trees were bending back and forth. It was building, and we look at all of this dark green area. Look at that. It's moved through DeKalb. It's coming up on Union right now. If you're in the Union area, be prepared. You've got heavy, heavy wind right to the west of you. As we go into this in Lauderdale County, without a doubt, Tumsuba still the eye of this, of where everything is. Boy, look at that. Now, as we move across over here to Myrtlewood, look at that wind that y'all got right there. A little small cell there, and that's going to be over by the paper plant there at Pennington, those areas there. Lisbon, Alabama getting a little bit. And also that northeast corner of Clark County. A lot of heavy, heavy wind coming with that storm. Now, let's back that off. Let's turn off the wind, and let's just look and see what we've got with the hail. What's popping up? We are showing that hail is involved with all of this. Look at this at Tumsuba, y'all. Y'all make sure to get those cars up if you can. It may be a little too late for that at this point in that Tumsuba area. But we started out picking up a little bit of light hail here north of Meridian, and the further it moved east toward the Lauderdale area. Let's turn on our locations again. Right there at Ralph Morgan, all over Dalewood. Y'all probably know this, that y'all been getting pelted by this stuff here. Probably small size hail. As Lacey says, hail at Bonita area right now. Let's see what else we've got in there. Shibuda at this point, out of the storm at this point. Not under any warnings there at Shibuda. I'm on Shady Pine Drive. Tammy, how are you doing there? Tumsuba is getting hail, Tammy says. I'm going back up reading this. Watching from Dinosaur, Colorado. How are you, Mr. Barr? I'm glad to have you joining us there. Blackwater getting a lot of rain, as Debbie tells us what's going on there. You go back up here. Sometimes I miss a few comments. I want to make sure that we talk about the areas that y'all are concerned with. Mike, watching us from Long Creek area. Lockhart. Jerry, how are you doing? Hope everything's good there at your house there. Pouring. I'm getting reports there. Philadelphia joining us as well. South Newton. Only thing we had is a little thunder there in the southern portion of Newton. That's right. All north of you. Nancy Kirkland, how are you in DeKalb, Mississippi? Causeyville joining in with this. A bunch of Decaters this afternoon. And Alan tells us, storming there in Tumsuba. Just stopped raining at Newton, the downtown area. All right, let's go back into this and look at our big area here of what we got. I got just asked about Hickory. As you'll look at Hickory, right now there's nothing going on. It's north of you. But yes, will you get some rain in a little bit? Yes, hopefully this will die down by the time it reaches the Hickory area. We do have a spot that has come up here right around just west of Decatur, in between Decatur and Turkey Creek Water Park. Look at that hail that's come down there. Now, again, we've got just a few minutes. We've got 16 minutes remaining on this severe thunderstorm warning for Newton County and Neshoba County. As we look at this storm is headed for the Lucerne area, it will be there by 3:53 on this edge over here in Newton County. Let's look at, let's turn off the hail now. We've looked at that pretty good. As we turn that off and as we look at these maps here, the rain is not stopped in Neshoba County, eastern Neshoba County. Here at House, Talbert Enterprises, all the way up to 491, just due north to that Dollar General on Highway 16 next to Ford Store. You've been through there many times. That 2-lane all the way from that county line into Neshoba County there as you make it into Philadelphia. Not many places to pass. If you can find a safe area to wait this out, stop there at the Dollar General, wait this out, let that rain pass, and then go on about your business. Now, we have a new storm that has popped up, an Ava storm that is in Kemper County that is making its way toward Lauderdale County. Now, again, Kemper County at this point is not under a thunderstorm warning. But, boy, look at that. Let's look at where this is going to be heading, and straight for Tamala. This will move. That's right on the Kemper County line. This will put this storm just north of the Ralph Morgan Arena. Now, Ralph's house, as I mentioned before, is the line for the thunderstorm warning. But as we look at this and zoom in as this storm crosses, this will come across Old Highway 45 North, cross York Road, and then make its way toward the Oxford Road right in that area. We show that, what is that, maybe a mile east of the Ralph Morgan Rodeo there, we've got a lightning strike. As this updates now, this puts this, it moved just due south of there. We're about a half a mile from the rodeo arena that has moved south of the area there of what's incorporated into the thunderstorm warning. We're still getting tons of rain there at Dalewood on both sides all around the lake. Now, as we look at this, look at these strikes that we've had, and it's mostly on the south end of Dalewood, in between there and all the way down to Tom Bailey Lake. The lightning is heavy and is striking. Every one of these, white ones are ones that are in the air. These that are yellow that you see on the screen, it has struck the ground somewhere is what we're looking at. It's made contact. Doesn't mean anything's hurt, but it's still coming down pretty hard. We don't want to be struck by that. As we'll remember, what was it, two and a half weeks ago, we had 4 people at the White House struck by lightning. 3 of them died. Lightning is one of the most dangerous things that can happen. We had a young lady not long ago struck in Neshoba County. She made it. Very fortunate. Now, we're starting to see heavy showers over at McElroy. And we cross that Bama state line right there, McElroy trucking. And that's going to go all the way up to Lake Louise, right there, that area there, traveling on Cuba. There's 80 there, and that's Highway 11 is what we've got. Now, for whatever reason, if you're downtown Meridian now, you're shopping and just getting in your car and you turn this on and you're listening, wait a few minutes. This will pass. There's no reason to travel out of Meridian and go east for anything for the next 20 minutes. Sit there. Enjoy yourself. Stare at the screen a moment. Be safe, because it just isn't good to travel this. If you're on 20, and I always urge this about people that pull over on the edge of the road, make sure if it's so heavy that you have stopped somewhere that you're way off the roadway. We have seen many times where people will pull off and their car is right on the edge of the road, and someone will come along and hit a water pocket and it slings them a little bit off the roadway and hits a parked car, and we don't want that to happen. So be cautious is what you do. Again, our watch box comes right down here to Southeast School and comes just across the road there at Why Not Motorsports Park. Right across the road, y'all can sit there at the stadium and see the heavy rain pouring down is what we've got in those areas. Quickly moving easterly. Lauderdale County will be under this until 4:15. Now let's make our way. Starting to see a break now in the West Lauderdale area, but for how long? Y'all see what's in Kemper County here. Now, our friends in Kemper still do not have a warning. That's good. This is still building here in southern Kemper County. This is Highway 45. This will be right along where that back gate is to go to the base. Is where this is, right there at the Kemper County line. No storms at the moment, but they are fast approaching NAS Meridian. So if you're at NAS Meridian, expect more heavy rain in the next few moments. It's not over. I don't want to give you a thought that it is. If you're sitting here at the Kemper Springs Volunteer Fire Department, pouring so heavy you can't see. Now, as we get near Highway 16, look at that. Just north of where the power plant is, coal plant, a little bit better. What's left of it anyway. That west side of 495 all the way over to 491 and Highway 16, just a pocket full of bad weather there. No warnings there. We go back west, and let's move over here at Union. Now, Union, Mississippi, all around the Dollar General and there at the junction at the four-way stop. It's pouring rain. But west of you is going to be worse. It's a lot heavier just past here as we pull in on this. And let's go in a little bit deeper here. We've got lightning strikes that happened at 3:44. That was 5 minutes ago. We had some serious lightning strikes there, 3:39. Let me make sure we hadn't gotten any updates. Now, I did not get the road. I know that there are some areas of Meridian right now, and maybe you know the answer to this, that have had some street lights go out. Approach anything that has a street light out cautiously. Wait your turn there. Long Creek, Nina says that the rain has just moved into there. Shady Grove in Neshoba County, Judy says it is cutting up there. Bad thunderstorm on top of them. Slacked up in Carthage, that's good news. That is good news as we look at Carthage there. It's on the south end of Carthage now as we look at radar. All right, let's do a hard reboot. I want to make sure that we've got the most accurate information that we're giving out on this here. Let me let that reboot just real quick. Let me check what the National Weather Service is telling us here. Strong thunderstorm will impact portions of southeastern Untitled County through 4:15. That's going to be just west of Neshoba County there. Severe thunderstorm warning as what we already knew there at Lauderdale. So nothing new. I don't have any reports of damage anywhere. Just a lot of heavy wind. All right, let's go back to radar, pull this up. And again, love to see your comments. That lets me know exactly what's going on in your neck of the woods as you're out in this storm. We learn more from each one of y'all as you post and let us know. And that is getting a lot better there. Just south of Carthage, there is where those storms are. To the west of Union, what is remaining in Newton County is the worst of this storm. Southwestern Neshoba County, not out of the woods just yet, but we do have another storm. If you were to follow this, come right out of Philadelphia on Highway 19, when you get to the split here, right as you get into Winston County, we got a pretty good thunder boomer there at 19 and 25. I'm sure many of you have traveled that road many a time. Kosciuszko's got a small cell going on there now. Nothing horrible, but it is heavy downpours. Some heavy showers back over there at Lexington. We move across here, this eastern side of Neshoba County and Kemper County. It's a wonder. I'm shocked that Kemper was not, this area right here was not put under a thunderstorm warning. That is very, very heavy. Lauderdale just a tad worse than that. Actually, this is almost as bad, if not a tad bit worse than where this warning is back over here in Newton and Neshoba. This eastern side here, equally. It doesn't matter whether y'all have a warning or not. It's bad there. Southern Kemper County, y'all pay attention to this. If you're leaving Lauderdale now, you've gassed up, you're sitting there at the store, wait a few moments. That area that you're going to get into when you jump on Highway 45 to head toward Kemper County, when you reach almost to that Kemper County line, it's going to be where you can't see. Now, all of this is south of DeKalb now. And look at this, what we've got going on. Dalewood is moving, getting a break now. It's sort of moved to the east of Dalewood now. Let's zoom in on this. Tumsuba not out of this. Cuba, Alabama, y'all are still the center of attention because it's making its way toward you. Lightning between Lauderdale and Cuba, Casey says. Yeah, as we can see that. Look at that lightning there. We got lightning in all these little areas there. Dalewood, again, this portion here just north of 80, Highway 11 and 80 has seen its share of lightning this afternoon. I don't doubt at all that we hadn't had several trees struck and had some issues with that. Stonewall, I have not mentioned Stonewall. We'll show you what Stonewall is going on. Right now, Stonewall looks great. The closest thing that we've got to Stonewall is going to be west of that, and that's going to be over near Paulding. So all looking good there at Stonewall in this area in Enterprise. Nothing bad in there. Only that eastern edge, just east of Snail, do we have any showers there moving toward Lisman. The worst of what we've got north of you is over here. Now let's put this into motion. I always get asked, well, what's the storm doing? Let's put this in motion where you can see this as it moves across. As you see, it's moving to the southwest. It's moving southeast, rather, as it moves right across here. All this is moving. As you'll see, these storms that are up in the Union area very well could make their way to Stonewall. Then a little bit no threat at this point as we watch these. Now, this is the exact radar of it's live now. Let's go back in and take a closer look at what we've got with these storms at a little bit closer view there of what we're watching there. Good afternoon, Joyce. Betty, glad to see you're watching us. Let's see, Highway 19 towards Meridian. It looks rough back towards Philadelphia. Janet, it does. If you'll look at that, 19. If you were sitting here looking toward Neshoba County up 19, look at all of that. It's those black clouds that we get. Dark, all of that area there. Now, as we go back into Lauderdale County, let's zoom in on these roads here. This is going to be Bethel Cemetery right here. Right here, we've got the Sweet Pilgrim Church, and that's going to be East Prescott Drive is where that location is. That's the area of the heaviest rain that we've got in Lauderdale County right now. And again, here's Dalewood. It's going to be southeast of there if we're trying to explain it. All of this area right here near Kewanee, where the Wright Simmons store is, that is dead center of what we've got. The edge of it is going to be right here at Rainbow Lakes. It's still raining pretty good there at Russell Christian Academy. But you get down the road 2 to 3 miles there, it gets a lot worse. As soon as you get right there, Tom Bailey Lake, it picks up in intensity all the way to the state line to Cuba, these areas there as it comes across. York, Livingston hadn't gotten this yet, but y'all will get your fair share of rain. Now, starting to show where radar is bringing more rain back into the Lauderdale area from this Kemper County storm that we've watched. Again, no warning there, but it's still some heavy rain. Now, let's look at what's happening here in Neshoba County. This will be just north. This is going to be right at the 491 area. Here's Tucker as you pull out a house, and the 2-lane ends there. We go up to where the Tucker school system is. Heavy rain there. Just due east of there. Let's come on across here. This is 486. Here's 491 here where it winds down. This storm is going to be headed to due east within 5 minutes, and then right at, if you live anywhere right around where the volunteer fire department is there in Damascus, this storm is headed directly toward there in the next few moments. So expect more rain there coming out of Neshoba County to Kemper. And then, of course, that will take into this area here all the way up here around New Hope. Y'all will get some rain out of this. It is showing some signs of breaking up as it comes across. Not over yet, as they say. Now, let's look at our watch box, what's going on here. It looks as though Lauderdale just got lifted, and it did. Lauderdale County severe thunderstorm has expired now. It doesn't change the fact it's still raining heavy on you, but that is good news that this storm is losing its intensity, doesn't it? I'm proud of that. Let's go over here and let's double check myself. Nope, it is officially over. So we focus, although we've got this heavy rain, and I'm shocked that they canceled this one without canceling this, but nonetheless, we've got exactly 3 minutes remaining on this severe thunderstorm warning remaining for Newton and also Neshoba counties and back over into Leake and Untitled counties right in there. That should not be extended. Now, we'll watch what's going on out of Neshoba County as it makes its way into Kemper. Should that fire back off, we'll come back and we'll go live here in a little bit should that be extended or a new warning be issued this afternoon. But boy, we've got the rain. And again, if you've got an area, let me check this. Let's check power outages to make sure we don't have anything that I'm not aware of at this point. Always good to check that. Outages, we got a couple. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. Okay, a couple is a little underestimated. I said that wrong. I didn't see the map very well without looking at that. Let's look at this of who's without power. We've got several. Let's look at our counties of what EMEPA is telling us. Clark County now, 588 people without power. Lauderdale County, there's 505 without power. As we move down this, let's make sure we didn't leave anybody out on this. So at this point, it's just Lauderdale and Clark County, 588 folks in Clark and 505 in Lauderdale County. Let's go back to the map here and take a look at what we've got. We'll look at Lauderdale County first. And this is that area that we've been watching out here at Tumsuba. 491 folks without power right there in that little cell there. Off Aycott Road, Windy. Let's look at this. Russell, just north of you. And this is going to be Charlie Dunn Road. This is where you come right out of Meridian and you go past Longs, Southern Pike. When the road splits there, this takes you on to Meridian Russell here at Russell Christian Academy. And this will take you out near Knox Road, this area right in here. Let's back out and come over on this area here. Again, that's 491 people. That Lauderdale Suba Road, a lot of power out in that area there. Y'all feel it. Up here at Bailey, we got a few folks also. Let's zoom in on this. And again, this is going to be, let's look at this road here. It's going to be Chapel Road is where this is, right off Highway 39. 12 folks there where it meets Pana Hills Road. Of course, the Dollar General is going to be right on the other side of the road over there, Pana Hills, and then this would be back over here toward Northeast, Pana Hills. All right, let's go into Clark County, where we do know that we've got some more people. And this is going to be on the east side of Clark County of Quitman. Let's move in the energy area. All of this right in here. Highway 442, County Road 442. I misspoke myself, didn't I? We also got power outage on County Road 450, and this goes on up northward here, up through energy, these areas here. County Road 456. It's a good bit of power, and that goes all the way to the county line, as you'll see there. Let's check our, make sure that number has not changed, and let's refresh, make sure something hasn't updated since we were looking at that. Still the same numbers of what we've got. And Barbara said that she lives in Clark. She's got to have her AC when she gets home. Girl, I understand that. I had a talk with somebody was talking about that with me today about being without air conditioner. That's rough. Now, as we pull radar back up, as you can see, the warnings now have expired. It is now 4:01. It expired 60 seconds ago. It's good news that all that is out. The aftermath of this, the storms, and I'm sure that there's, we want to remind you, in areas there could be some street lights out, there could be some trees down. Limbs, every time with wind as heavy as we had come through with this severe thunderstorm warning, is going to knock some of these down. If it's a rural road that you live on and you've got to come home after work, make sure to drive a little bit slower. Let's take it easy. We don't want anybody to run up on a tree or a limb, damage your car, or hurt you most of all. Streets are wet, and I can almost bet you that we're going to have some fender benders this afternoon due to all of this. It always happens, and we want everybody to be as extremely safe as they can. Lots of people without power right now, no warnings. We should be okay. Now, we'll come back if any of this goes a little bit south and more warnings are issued. Very well, somebody says there's more coming. It depends on all this. We'll watch all of this here. I haven't had a chance to study future radars this afternoon, but as we've got showers here, yes, all of this, as we watch this, could come into play. We've got, as this develops, as you can see, we could get a little bit more with this later on. I'll watch it, and we'll keep you up to date with anything that comes about with weather. Marvin, lots of thunder towards the northeast Lake Ross Collins area. It is. Amanda says she lives on the corner of Neshoba, Kemper Newton, and Lauderdale. Number of lightning and rain and some wind in that area. It's been a bunch. I want to say thank y'all for coming by and joining us. Again, all warnings have expired. We do have some power outages, and we'll keep you up to date with all of that as this afternoon progresses. Thank y'all so much. We'll be back as we monitor the weather for you. Behind the scenes, should it be bad, we'll be here for you. Thank you so much for joining us, and God bless. We'll see you soon.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: